Okay. We got a kind of an interesting one today. Look. So referral program 49, any second, 2 more sacreds, bonus legendary event happening. I'm assuming this happens on stream today. So going to be doing this. Come join the live stream. Once again, we've been having some pretty crazy live streams recently, and we'll hopefully get up to 3 legendaries if we get lucky on the free to play. But speaking of legendaries, check it out. We got new legendaries to Well Harder 4. Buy my hoodies in the merch thing. Okay, let's look at this stuff here. What do we have? Attack an enemy. We have a freeze. Okay, also applies debuff spread. That's pretty good. Taking a random debuff from the target, placing all enemies under freeze. I don't know. It's one of these, like they have to be under the other one thing. Attacks all enemies, 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. Steals a random buff from each enemy under a freeze. Don't like that. Place block debuffs on all allies. I like that. 70% chance of placing a freeze debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Fills this champion's turn meter 15% for each freeze debuff placed. Okay, I get it. So you freeze a bunch of people, you get a bunch of turn meter, then you do your other move, which like applies weaken or something, or you do your debuff spread. Got it. What's the passive do? Champion skills cannot be put on cooldown. I like that. Whenever an enemy tries to put the champion skills or ally skills on cooldown, places a freeze debuff on that enemy. Wow. 50% chance of denying the cooldown increase effect. The freeze debuff cannot be blocked or resisted. Wow. Will not deny cooldown increasing effects from all bosses. Okay. Increases ally resistance in all battles by 60. That actually seems like a pretty good hero, to be honest. And it's not a void legendary. So if you pull that, that's not too bad. Seems like it needs books though, to be honest. Like at least 3 books here. Maybe you want the books on that one. Good thing the passive doesn't need books, because I guess the passive's where it's pretty important. So that's pretty good. Obviously, this is the fusion hero. We already know this one, and we've gone over this one in the fusion kit. We'll go over very briefly. Decrease accuracy on the basic, block debuffs, as well as increase defense on the A2. Attack all enemies, perfect veil on everyone except himself, and then he reflects damage received on himself and chance of placing freeze on the person attacking him, aka kind of a tank person, sort of a taunt in a way, because you're veiling the people on your team and then he tanks. He's the fusion, gonna be good. Here's a new void legendary. Check him out. Lizardman looks pretty cool. Attacks an enemy, chance of placing a sleep goes up to 75% chance. We know sleep on basic's pretty good. We've seen it on Sifi, for instance, but the reason hers is so good is because it is unresistible. So let's continue. Attacks all enemies. First hit is a 100% chance when booked to place 85% poison. Second one has a chance of doing the decreased defense. Okay, so maybe like a clan boss type of thing. Here, moving over the heart stopper, attacks the enemy, then attacks 1 time at random. If the target is under a poison debuff, will ignore shield, block damage, and unkillable. Okay. Maybe a PvP type thing. Hate to say magic keep. Maybe this would be good in Hydra, because you could hit through like the shield, and if they stole your block damage or unkillable, maybe. Grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. Also resets the Venom Storm skill if this attack kills 2 enemies. Honestly, I'm not that impressed. Let's see what the passive does. Instantly attacks enemies with the default skill whenever they receive damage from poison debuffs placed by this champion. Okay, there's where it gets good. When enemies hit under poison debuffs, heal this champion by 10% of damage. And he gives bonus damage. So people get ticked by poison, then he has a chance of sleeping them and hits with the basic, which I guess would proc War Master, so he gets an additional smack each time if he hits hard. Maybe he's pretty good in Clan Boss. For Void Legendary, though, I'm not that excited by that. I think I would not want to pull this Void Legendary. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he hits hard. We got some new epics here. Shadowkin hits an enemy twice. Chance of inflicting a critical hit if she's under a veil or perfect veil. Okay, attacks an enemy twice. Each hit will ignore 20% of their defense, additional chance of inflicting a critical hit if they're under veil, perfect veil. Got it. So it's like hit them twice. And then places perfect veil and 30% increased speed on this champion for 2 turns, and fill this champion's turn meter by 40%. I don't like that. Let's see. Cooldown whenever this champion's attack completely blocks 1 hit. I like that. Decreasing the incoming damage to 0. I like that. Then counterattacks with the default skill. When attacked by a boss, decreases incoming damage by 50% instead before counterattacking. Still pretty good. Kind of a built-in counterattack. I actually really like that. That's pretty good. Okay, good passives. It looks like it's kind of the season of good passives, man. Okay, Masamato. Let's see. Attacks the enemy twice. 10% chance of stealing a random buff. Attacks all enemies. Chance of placing decreased attack. Okay, AoE decreased attack. And then increased defense on all allies and fills turn meter of all allies. So it's just a solid epic. Just an overall solid epic. Steals, decreased attack, increased defense. Just nice, solid standard. And it's going to be in Shadowkin, probably help for the faction wars. Visionary here. Attacks an enemy, chance of decreasing target's turn meter, chance increased to 100% if they're under a decreased crit rate or decreased damage debuff, one of the more rare ones here. And then she obviously places decreased crit rate as well as decreased damage herself. Got it. And then places increased crit rate and increased damage on allies and fills the turn meter of all allies as well. Kind of like a damage apothecary. I actually really like this hero. This is a very good hero, it seems like. Being able to both decrease and increase your damage, but you also get the turn meter boost. Imagine if she had a speed bonus too. That'd be nuts. What we have here next. Brood Lord, Lizardman, Force, hits twice, chance of provoking if they're under decreased speed. Ally protection on an ally, block debuffs on that ally, shield buff on this champion for 2 turns. Okay, I don't like him so far. Attacks all enemies, chance of stun, 50% when booked. Chance increases to 85 when under decreased speed. Don't like that. Let's see what the passive does. Whenever he's attacked or whenever allies under ally protection are attacked, chance of placing decreased speed. Kind of not that interesting. Then we have a Shadowkin Rare. That has a chance of placing Leech. Has a chance of decreasing speed and placing increased speed. Attacks the enemy, decreases max HP. Don't like any of that. Provoke on this guy, heals the ally with the lowest HP. Then equalizes the HP levels of all allies and grants his champion extra turn. That's not bad for a rare, actually, equalizing. And receives 15% less damage from enemies under provoke. Decreased speed on this guy. Attacks all enemies. Fills champion's turn 5% for each living enemy. Counterattacks himself, increased attack. Okay, nothing great. Oh, here we go. Now we have another bomb placer. So this is a rare bomb placer that goes up to 80% chance and attacks all enemies. Buff that detonates after 2 turns. And then the passive when attacked, 30% chance of decreasing all bomb debuff detonation countdowns on the attacker by 1. So now we have another bomb hero, which is actually kind of cool. I think they're slowly setting up for the bomb meta. Once the new Medusa chick with petrification comes out and we get that 300% damage bonus. I think the big, real interesting one out of all of these, to be honest, is obviously the fusion, and this chick seems pretty good. The passive of her seems like the best one. I really, maybe I don't understand, but I really don't care about this Void Legendary. And then this one, I actually don't care about at all. This guy seems overall decently solid and is probably going to be good for the Shadowkin thing. And then this is the hero I like the most. I think I like Visionary the most out of all of these. Not too bad, though. I mean, they have some kind of... This guy seems kind of garbage. And then we have the bomb guy. So some okay ones, some kind of seems like kind of meh, I wouldn't be so happy about. A kind of a mixed bag, to be honest. Let me know what you guys think about this one. I think the real win here is Soul Guide. She's definitely someone, if you PO her, it's not bad. I mean, that passive is pretty ridiculous. So, all right, let me know what you think. Don't forget, doing the live stream now after this video, because we have got to pull the 2 shards. He's working on this. As soon as he hits it, we're going to have 2 more sacreds, and it's the double legendary event. So we could get, let's see, legendary number 8 and 9. Love y'all, and I'll see you on the next video.